to be showing some leaks of our next update in Toilet Tower Defense. So it's been almost 10 days since I did my last video of I Can Explain, okay? I know I said I was going to try doing daily videos again, but I just, I don't know, I've been distracted with other things in real life. I've been offline a lot more. But anyways, what are we planning for the next update? So, a lot of people have been asking for clock units. Like, there are a lot of different
Okay, clock units, what are we thinking? I mean, if you guys remember that Skibbity the Fence update, you know, they had like that timer clock man and the large clock man, they're probably gonna add, you know, stuff like that. Like, what do you guys think? What clock units do you guys think that they would add? I mean, probably that large clock, you know, that has been through the series that they are getting these clock units from, but yeah, upgraded clock. Yeah, definitely the upgraded clock tie-in. Probably the, you know, normal tie-in clock. Upgraded clock as ultimate? Maybe. Maybe so. I mean, we definitely need a new ultimate. I think it's time. I mean, maybe not for a leaderboard. You know, they could even put it in a crate, like ultimate crate, but it costs like 100,000 to open. You know, that could be maybe an idea.
Clockman, and the only one we have in the game is the Titan Clockman. So we could definitely add a lot more, which is what we are planning to do. So this update is going to be pretty big. Before I get any farther into the video, like and subscribe, or else I'm going to make Evan's boat look like that.
Okay, ruh-roh, Evan's boat is not good.
This update is going to be the episode 73 part 2 update, but there weren't too many new things in the episode 73 part 2. Actually, if we go to it, you can see the main new thing is that the upgraded Titan Speaker Man has a knife. So his knife, it's pretty cool, and you can see him using it on the
I honestly wonder if they're gonna add that to Hyper, maybe just a rework. I wonder if they are, you know, maybe gonna add that to it.
And of course, he still has the arm cannon and the other cool upgraded Titan Speaker Man stuff, but this episode was mainly just them fighting. And because we always add new stuff like that as a unit, like if you look at Titan Cameraman, you can see all the variants, like the Astro upgraded Titan Cameraman, Toxic, Saw, normal ones. But the only variant of the upgraded Titan Speaker Man has been the hyper upgraded Titan Speaker Man so far. So that is why we're gonna be adding this new one, and also the hyper.
Okay, honestly, I don't know if they should add a new one. I think, you know, they should just make it a rework, you know. Like, UTC got a rework, you know, in the series when it got its hammer, you know, and nail guns or whatever the guns he had on his, like, shoulders. I mean, they should probably just rework it. I think Slamford forgot that was hyper upgrade speaker. I'm not sure. He doesn't really have, you know, like the effects of like when he got the power from Titan TV Boy. So damage upgrade Titan Speaker Man, that could be the name? Maybe so. I mean, he wasn't really damaged whenever he pulled that out, but maybe he'll just, you know, take from the old video. But, you know, in my opinion, I think just because he doesn't have the hyper effects, then, you know, they should add a new unit. But if he still did, they probably would have just done a rework.
Hyper upgraded Titan Speaker Man is going to be leaving soon. It's about to hit 100k exist, and we're not removing it just yet because we've got this update to work on and then something else afterwards, and then we're going to add the new exclusive crate, so it will probably be removed more around 110 or 120k exist, but that's just my prediction. It just depends on how long it takes us to make the next crate, but the next crate, we already have everything planned for. We already have the units made. It just all needs to be scripted, and then it's ready. But it's going to be a secret what those units are. There's something completely new though, but you'll see. Anyways, back to what I was talking about with this event. So here is what this new guy looks like in.
Okay, what do we think? Nice knife upgrade Titan Speaker Man. He looks a little bit wonky right now. Is that his knife right there? That is like tiny. That is the smallest fan I've ever seen. And the good thing about this is that he'll have his like new blasters. Like in the new episode, he had different blasters from the hyper, so maybe that could contribute to his DPS also. But it's knife upgraded Titan Speaker Man. Interesting. He had effects in episode, maybe So I would pay 2 Robux for that. I mean, well, they probably didn't, finish designing. That's probably just like a prototype. I mean, they probably didn't do it all yet, just because, they probably just started working on the update a few days ago. But, I mean, they probably need to make the knife bigger. You can't really see it much, but it definitely looks not the biggest knife in the world. I'm not sure if that would even kill a small toilet.
Game, the upgraded Titan Speaker Man with a knife. We're just gonna call him the knife upgraded Titan Speaker Man because he has the knife. So yeah, that's pretty much the only thing from the new episode we're adding. But we are also having the clock event. So the clock event is gonna have its own map, its own game mode, its own currency, and event pass that is gonna be 60 tiers instead of 50.
Oh, clock event? So you know how they had the Battle Pass in the Easter and Christmas? Now it's going to be 60. So, as we said, there's probably going to be a large clock. There's probably going to be, that, the upgraded time clock, man. So, there's probably also going to be a crate since they said they were going to add a new crate. It's probably going to be the clock crate. We don't know if it's going to be gems or maybe coins, but yeah, they did mention a new crate in one of their last leak videos. Is that the old clock man? Maybe. Godly and Ultimate. Honestly, they need a new Godly. They totally need a new Godly. Without a new Godly, this game is getting pretty barren in that terms.
50. So far, we've only had ones that are 50. This one's going to be 60, and there's most likely going to be a part 2 update to this. That has a few more clock units, but this update is going to have 7 or 8 or 9. I think 9 units. I think 9 units. I forgot exactly how many, but it is a lot of new units in the clock event. And like 5 are going to be on the crate, 3 are going to be in the event pass, and then there's still 2 more. So Evan's pretty much halfway done with scripting it. I'm really hoping we can get this update out around like Saturday, maybe Sunday or Monday if it takes too long, but I really want to aim for Saturday because that's when the most people are able to play, and I think it would be pretty cool. So here are some leaks from the clock event. I'm just gonna show a few of the units.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, there are also like 3 or 4 new toilets. So there are new units, there are
there's
new
new
toilets.
toilets
This
too?
is a
Okay, that's pretty epic.
big event. So the first leak is the Magnet Scientist toilet.
Alright, what are we thinking? Magnet Scientist toilet. So they are taking from Dom Studio series. If you guys, haven't checked that out, you might want to, check on it, see what they could be adding. But Magnet Scientist toilet, that's probably going to be better than the Scientist toilet they have in here now, since it has like magnets. I wonder what they're going to do with that. It doesn't look correct. I'm not sure. Honestly, I mean, I don't know what these little, like, spikes are, nearest toilet base. That's kind of interesting. It should be a boss of a new mode, maybe. I mean, magnets work against clocks, so, that should actually be the final boss. Or maybe it'll, be the new final boss in Nightmare. Or maybe they should just add new game mode. I mean, eventually they'll have to add a new game mode rather than Nightmare. Maybe they could make that it. Or maybe the clown toilet. Yeah, they did also have a clown toilet in the series, so Magnet Scientist probably better than the one we have now. So pretty interesting.
Toilet. So as you can see, it's a scientist toilet, but he has magnets. And what are these magnets gonna do? Well, all I'm gonna say is they're not just for decoration, and you guys are gonna find that out the hard way whenever you play the clock event.
Okay,
so,
that's
gonna
be worrying,
it's
definitely.
Completely new, and the magnet units are not gonna be on endless mode. Well, magnet toilets, because they're just too. You'll see. It's something that wouldn't really make too much sense to put on endless mode, just like how the teacher-student toilets are.
Yeah,
on
that's
endless
a little
mode,
bit odd.
because like they just spawn randomly on the evil wave, and their health scales a lot differently, so it wouldn't really make too much sense for it to be guaranteed to spawn on a certain wave. But anyways, the next leak is the Alarm Clock Man. So as you can
Alright, Alarm Clock Man, that's just basically a regular one. I think the time stoppers won't work on a magnet toilet. Maybe. I think the clocks may just get like infinitely stunned, or maybe they can't use their clock ability since, I mean, the clocks probably have an ability, and the better, the better ability. So here's our first clock. I wonder if the clock spins on its own or if it's, just inactive. That would also be a pretty cool detail. But, just like Apple said, when there's a magnet to it, it's probably, going to deactivate, at least something for the clock unit, since that's exactly what it does, in the series. It, just deactivates to make them not live anymore.
You can see he has an alarm clock as a head, and he looks pretty fancy. So this is probably one of the weakest Clockmen. He doesn't really do anything too crazy, but there's also the large Clockman, and he looks really cool.
Oh yeah, the large Clockman is here, so he's looking pretty barren as well. Large Clockman, honestly, they all should have abilities. Every single clock should have abilities, but like the bigger or maybe better rarity, the better. Like for example, you could have a rare that maybe has like a decent ability, not really the best. But say for example they have like a new mythic or godly, for example, that should be like a lot better, like 10 times better than that. I think the large Clockman probably won't do anything against the magnet toots. Yeah, maybe not. Magnets might stop time though. Well, I don't know about magnets stopping time. That's a little bit interesting.
Cool. But I should mention, okay, so the alarm clock man pretty much just does alarm clock noises and it's AoE damage.
Okay, that's gonna be annoying, just alarm noises.
A lot more cool things he can do. So his attack is pretty much just punching toilets, but he has some more time stop abilities. And in this update, we don't have the future large clock man, but he's way stronger. Probably gonna be a godly. This update has a godly.
Ooh, a godly? Future large Clockman? I'm honestly not sure what that is. I probably should know what that is, but probably where it can see like the future and the past, So he said that was gonna be the godly, and just before I paused, he said there's gonna be another godly. So 2 godlies. I mean, there's only gonna be one right now, but maybe in a future updates there's gonna be another one. It's gonna be pretty interesting. He posted a video like 5 minutes ago when they had an upgrade time clock, like Inhi or Tlanfric, like who posted that video there. But yeah, 2 new godlies. This update is looking to be pretty massive, especially event 2.
And an ultimate. And an ultimate is crazy because we all.
Okay, ultimate, I did not expect that. So they're potentially gonna have 2 godlies and an ultimate. I mean, it's obvious what the ultimate is. It's gonna be that behemoth upgraded time Clockman, probably gonna be like one of the biggest units, most baddest units. Plus, it's an ultimate. I wonder though, are they gonna replace the Tundra on the leaderboard? I mean, I'm not too sure on that. Maybe they're going to add like a crate in the clock event, or maybe like a really expensive coin/gem crate, Who knows?
Only have 1 ultimate in the game right now, and we actually only have 3 godlies in the game right now. And this is only part 1 of the clock update. Part 2 is gonna have another godly. So the clock event is basically gonna have 2 godlies and 1 ultimate. I'll show one more leak of a clock unit. So here is the clock woman.
All right, final leak for the clock woman. She's definitely got a little bit of an aura around here. Clock woman is probably gonna be like a mythic, is what I'm expecting, Mythic would probably fit her since, she's pretty overpowered. She just has, random grenades and all that stuff. So I honestly think she's going to be like a mythic. He said not legendary. Probably the alarm Clockman and like, large Clockman would be legendary. I think Clockwoman would be a mythic. Instead of a legendary, or else she would be a really overpowered legendary, but, mythic would probably be better, since you already have 2, not really the best clock units.
And you can see she actually has some particle effects and looks pretty cool. She's gonna be pretty unique and actually kind of strong. So what she does is she's gonna boost attack speed, which, I mean, we already have a couple other units that boost attack speed, but she also is gonna shoot toilets with a gun that has a 5% chance to freeze them for 3 seconds.
Ooh.
Now that is why
I mean,
she has a
5%
really
isn't much,
cool
but hey,
golden
it still
gun,
freezes.
so she can not only speed up units around her, but can also freeze toilets. And a lot of the units in this update are going to have time-related abilities, like being able to stop time, make other units attack faster. Well, I'm pretty sure, yeah, she's the only one that does that, thinking about it now. And also slow down toilets. There are a lot of units that are going to be able to do that, because this is the clock event, so of course a lot of things are going to be time-related. This is also the event with the most new toilets, because there are 5 new toilets in this event, and all of them do
5? That
pretty
is
cool.
actually
So they're
kind of
not just,
wild.
like, normal event toilets, like if you remember our older events. For example, the large heart toilet, it's pretty much just strong, like, and it doesn't really do anything unique. But these toilets actually do pretty cool things. I mean, it's a pretty big event. It has the biggest event pass, and it has, like, its own map. It's gonna also last a long time, so this event's gonna be a pretty big thing in the game. I personally have got a lot more to do, because I've still got to balance all the units. Evan's done with, I think, 5 of the units so far. I also got to make all the UI, so I'm probably gonna do all the UI today, and then hopefully by tomorrow or the day after, Evan will have finished all the units, and then I'll balance all the units and make the clock game mode. And once all that's done, the event will pretty much be
clock
ready.
game mode?
Because scripting the UIs should be really easy, because we already have an event pass UI, so Evan could just... Oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to mention. He's gonna re-script the way the event pass works, so that it works better for future event passes, so that it's faster next time we do one to update. But hopefully that shouldn't take too long, maybe like 1 or 2 days. So if everything goes completely right, the units get fixed in 2 days, new event pass system is fixed in a day, and then all the UIs and stuff are scripted in a day, and maybe just another day for tying everything together for the event, and that's 6 days. And right now it is Tuesday, so that would actually be Monday, but I want to aim for Saturday still. I want to aim for Saturday. Who knows? I'm gonna try to finish everything I have to do for the update today, if not tomorrow, but we'll just have to see how things go down. We're also working on some new things for partners. I'm not gonna say too much about that yet, but we have some pretty cool plans. I'm really looking forward to the clock.
Alright, so that was the leaks video. They also mentioned something about partners, which maybe they'll have admin commands, who knows. But hey, you know, this next update is going to be massive. Like, it's going to have the most content, except for when the game released. But this update is going to be massive, but, you know, are we thinking W or L update?